I'm Paul Tiambezaleza, the Vice Chancellor of USIU-Africa. As a university, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary this year. We are the oldest private secular university in East Africa, and we enjoy dual accreditation, both in Kenya, of course, by the Commission for University Education, and in the United States by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, Senior Colleges and Universities Commission. That means that we are able to combine the best of African and American educational systems. We have a rather complicated governance structure. We have 10 governance bodies, the apex, of course, being the Board of Trustees that appoints the Chancellor and also appoints members of the University Council. And then the University Council is the one that is charged with appointing the Vice Chancellor and overseeing the running of the university on a more regular basis compared to the board. And then, of course, you have the management board that is charged with day-to-day management of the University Senate that is charged with deliberating on academic matters, and then you have the three councils internally, the Faculty Council that looks after faculty affairs, the Student Council, and then the Staff Council. And in addition, of course, we have the Alumni Association, which is one of the 10 governing bodies. In addition to that, the Chancellor is a governing person, as well as, of course, the Vice Chancellor. Now, having such a large and fairly complicated governance structure means that one of the issues that we have to continue working on is to ensure that there is clear, seamless communication among the different bodies, and also clear understanding by each body of their specific roles and responsibilities. The other feature of USIU that is very exciting for all of us who have worked at this university either for a very long time, or like me, just a little over 3.5 years, or others who have just come, and those of you who are going to be engaging us from now on, is the fact that we're a very international university, and as well as a very national university. We have students from all the 47 counties in Kenya, and students from more than 70 countries around the world. And this, of course, makes the climate on this campus extremely exciting. The advantage of engaging with USIU this year is the fact that we are in the process of completing our current strategic plan, the plan for 2015 to 2020. And that plan focused on 5 major areas. One, of course, is continuing to strengthen our academic programs. In that regard, introducing new cutting-edge programs in the various schools, particularly in the schools of science and technology, the School of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and of course one of our newest schools, the School of Communication, Cinematic and Creative Arts. We all know that in these areas there are very, very exciting opportunities in terms of curriculum development. Universities have a triple mission, teaching and learning, research and scholarship, and of course public service and engagement. So the research function is one that we are putting a lot of emphasis in terms of investments, in terms of policies, in terms of structures, in terms of support systems. The second is to diversify our financial resources. We've been a tuition-dependent institution, and we're working very hard to diversify our revenue streams through research grants and contracts, marketing of institutional facilities and services, and above all, through donations or fundraising or development, as some people call it. And in that regard, we are putting a lot of infrastructure in place. And those of you who, of course, have done this will be able to help us as we move forward in building the fundraising capacities, culture, commitments, and so on. And then the third area we're working very hard on is, of course, to continue improving our infrastructure, both the physical infrastructure as well as the electronic infrastructure. On the electronic one, we have very sophisticated systems, but of course the digital world keeps changing all the time, so we want to make sure that we are on top of things, and we are in that regard bringing in all sorts of new systems and making sure that they are well integrated with each other, and that they also help us in terms of making data-driven decision making, and make sure that our processes are very efficient, in terms of operations, in terms of service delivery, and so on. And then on the physical infrastructure, we are in the process of building new facilities on campus. Two are already started. One is building a hospital complex, which started in January 2018. And this will be, it will contain both a hospital but also research facilities that will help, obviously, our health sciences programs. And then we're building a new structure for the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. While it is named after the school, it's really for the entire university. It will double our classrooms on this campus, as well as, of course, bring us more faculty offices and labs and so on and so forth. And then the fourth area is for us to continue improving our management of HR, human resources, service delivery, and so on and so forth, so that we are able not only to bring satisfaction to the people who study here, the students, but also, of course, people who work here, the staff, as well as faculty, and in our engagement with the multiple constituencies that we engage outside the university, from vendors to parents, alumni, and so on and so forth. And then finally, we are very keen to grow our reputation, to raise our reputation, to raise our visibility. And in that regard, of course, we are very keen to develop partnerships with government agencies, with the private sector, with community organizations, with foundations, with international and intergovernmental agencies, with foreign embassies in Nairobi, and so on and so forth. And participating in some rankings. I know that there are a lot of debates about rankings, but they do help you to establish a reputation. So that's an area that we are, again, focusing on. And those of you engaging us for the first time will be, of course, very valuable to us as we develop. This year, we begin planning the development of a new strategic plan to cover 2020-21 academic year to 2025-26 academic year. And you'll be able, of course, to help us in bringing your talents, your vision, your experiences, your perspectives, as we think through what does it mean for us to be an excellent university in the next 5 years after the current strategic plan. And of course, some of the elements probably will be a carryover from what we are already doing, but I'm expecting that we'll be able to do a lot more exciting things that will continue the journey for this university.